What I do? Oh shit, we're live. I can't say what I want to say. Hello, everybody, to OVW recap. This is a two episode in one because of WrestleMania week we couldn't do Double Cross, and we're going over this week's. So to my to this side is Meeks Mayhem that brings the mayhem, and the Alpha Wolf Sean B that's on the bottom.
because he's used to being a bottom.
First of all, we're not going to start that narrative on this show.
What do you say, Snowflake?
Okay.
So start with OVW Double Cross. It was an interesting pay per view. We had an interesting card, Maximo Suarez versus his former partner. What did we think of that match?
And his former partner. I think shout out to my Theo. But I loved the match. And I also feel like, you know what, they can do so much more with this. Maybe, you know, like not Weasel, but like make their way into like maybe the title picture again. If not, you know, it's all good. But it was a good first match.
Sean?
Him and Hota have so much chemistry together because they're tag team partners, but it kind of, to me, I love the match. They did good, but it kind of gave me the vibes of Jimmy and Jay Uso's WrestleMania match because they're so alike and they so know each other that much. It kind of was a little detrimental, but also it was pretty good to me. It was a good match, but a little, you know, Jimmy and Jay Uso-ish, right? So I
Yeah.
hope they have a second match, and I hope they get to really show out and like show their full potential, you know. But they're two great wrestlers on their own as well.
Okay. Now, on to the second match. We have the tag team titles on the line between the Super Z family against the Ass Boys. Sean?
All right. Well, I love Super Z and I love Kid Colossus. I love the Z Force, but they really had to make me not gain any points from my OVW jab by beating my boys Alpha Sigma Sigma, the troublemakers. Like, come on, bro. Like, really? Y'all ready to do my boys like that? Oh no, it was a good match. It was a very great tag team match. Very great tag team wrestling in general. I'm just upset that Team Wolfpack didn't come out with the points. That's what I'm going with.
Not everything is about points, but if you ask me, the Z Force really deserved that shit. And I don't care what anybody says. The Z Force deserved to win the titles from the Ass Boys. Now, I'm not saying they're not great, because it's obvious they really are, but um,
And
they deserved it, and they showed out in that match. They really
we,
put their all into it. The both teams did,
Hey,
but
Brenda.
the Z Force really did. You know, they did their thing, and I think they deserved it.
and let me just add, we can't call them the Ass Boys. That's kind of trademarked already by certain team in AEW.
The Troublemakers.
Yeah.
I kind
I
of
was. Yeah. Well, we'll get to it later. I'll just make this comment later.
I forgot because they all go like Alpha, Sigma, Sigma. So my brain went for
Hey
that
Shay.
instead of Troublemakers. Hi, Shay. Now on to a fun six-man tag between the Trifecta versus Cal, Hero, Eric Surge, and Jay De Niro. For me, I thought this match was great. It didn't really tell any stories, but the Trifecta side, I thought Eric Surge and Cal would continue their story between each other, but after this week, they're not. And it's kind of a shame because they had a great chemistry the week before Double Cross between Eric and Cal. They since Shay's in here, Shay called it the match of the night for her, which I agree. But at the end of the day, it was just a story only for the Trifecta. It didn't really do anything for anybody but the Trifecta. Minx?
honestly, that really was the match of the night. Eric Surge really did did his shit. You know, I always love seeing Eric Surge go into the ring because you know you can expect great things from him. I love Cal Hero. Also, like shout out to Cal Hero. My daughter's 4, and she knows who the hell he is. So that shocked the fuck out of me this morning. Um, Cal Hero, despite what you might see on the internet, you know, the negative responses to Cal Hero, I don't give a fuck. He puts in the work, and he's a really good fucking wrestler, and you cannot take that from him. So, but yeah, I agree. The storyline had nothing to do with Cal Hero or Eric Surge, but it did what it was supposed to do for the trifecta, and it got Ash and Adonis to say, "I'm out, bro."
Well, that was not a double cross. That was this
And
week's.
after Double Cross.
You're
So it
thinking
did.
about yeah. You're thinking about this week's, by the way, Minx.
I know.
Sean?
So I thought it was a great match. I thought that, even with the trifecta being dysfunctional and all that, that still maybe Cal Hero's team could have lost that match because, like I was been telling you this whole time, I want that. I feel that tease coming. I told Cal Hero on Thursday when I saw him at WrestleCon that Thursday that I've been saying it on the podcast that I feel like that you as Cal Hero might become Cal Villain one day, like soon. He's like, oh, you think so? Maybe keep watching. Like he teasing it a little bit, playing it up. So for me, I really I want that succulent Cal Hero heel turn. You know what I mean? It's gonna taste so good when that happens. But I don't know. The match was still a banger. It was one of the best matches of the night, in my opinion. And all of them showed out.
They
Now
really
this
did.
now this next match wasn't announced for double cross, but we got that match anyway. Brendan Bolin versus Tommy Boy. And I thought it was really good. It told the story of Larkin helping Tommy Boy out. We knew that Tommy Boy wasn't going to win, which justice for Tommy Boy. He's your future world champion.
Okay.
Minx?
Honestly, if you watched Tommy Boy in that match before Double Cross, he did some sick ass fucking moves that me and Sean was like, yo, that's sick as shit. Like, he definitely has a future. I believe that, you know, he's just quite not there yet, but he's getting there. And I enjoy seeing him in the ring. I enjoy seeing him with Larkin. And you know what? He didn't get the dub, but you know what? He's getting there. He's really good.
Sean?
I wouldn't say world champion anytime soon, but there's a lot of great titles that would be fitted for Tommy Boy right now that I would like to see. Like maybe the Rush Division Championship or the Media Championship. Hell, even go. I mean, if the Superior Family breaks up, make a run for that U.S. title. Like that boy, that he is great in the mid card right now, and needs one of those titles that would really elevate Tommy Boy to the next level. He's great, and I know I give him shit, but I was like, he's really a great performer in that ring.
So you see him possibly taking the title off of Tony Evans.
No. No. If you would have
Maybe
said
one
yes,
day.
if you would have said yes, Sean, I would have tore your ass down, but not right now. I believe
Not
he
right
can
now.
take,
I'm not.
I believe he can take a title. I just don't believe it'll be right now, and I do not believe it will be Tony Evans.
I'm not saying right now because obviously you have to build towards the match. But we've seen people quit their factions lately across a lot of promotions. Tommy Boy can be that one. Be like get the massive pop if he beats Tony Evans for the title.
Yeah,
in
but
my
at the
opinion.
same time, OVW isn't the other promotions. We have to think more into this. WWE is sports entertainment. TKO's fucking
Yes.
them up, right? AEW's more trying to be like WWE in the 90s, WWF, if you will. Let's call a spade a spade. Al Snow has better wrestling in OVW than the bigger brands have, except the only difference is OVW is not that big. Al Snow never lost sight of the fact that this is a wrestling company. Everybody else just wants to go off and pay these stars a hella money to do nothing but stand there and like have muscle aesthetics, not know how to wrestle, have bad attitudes, have be hard to work with. OVW should be the blueprint. WWF starting all these developmental programs for cash. Be fucking for real. Al Snow never lost sight of real wrestling and the entertainment aspect of it. So when you're putting it on like, oh my god, all these factions everywhere else, this isn't everywhere else. Everywhere else is gonna do what they want for the high price coin.
Fair enough. On to my segue from bad attitudes. This was probably Sean's match of the night. The OVW heavyweight champion Dustin Jackson versus Steven Steele. I would go first. My opinion should have been the main event for Double Cross. In my opinion, Steven Steele told the story of the underdog coming into this match as 169, but he couldn't finish the job because at the end Dustin hold his tight. 1, 2, 3, and Sean, cue your little catchphrase.
The greatest OVW heavyweight champion of all time, Dustin freaking Jackson.
Retain his title at Double Cross. Me personally, match of the night. I know we talked about the 6-man tag, but this should have been your main event for Double Cross because Steven Steele was so mad that he couldn't get the job done. But like I said, we have the triple threat coming up soon, so who knows? Minx, what did you think? Since, by the way, before you say anything, we lost a bet to the Alpha Wolf, Sean B.
Okay,
So,
why the fuck
Go
did you
ahead.
have to bring that up?
because in your own words, Shay
Why do
can
you want to
testify.
fuck with me right now, especially right now? You're making it worse.
Hold up. Before you unmute and cuss me out, you said, and I quote, I will say this the next time we do the OVW podcast. Shay was there, Sean was there, I was there. The floor is yours.
All right, I'm back. Okay, Dustin Jackson. I lost a bet, and I told Alpha Wolf Sean B that I would say something nice. And because I am just naturally nice, I'm going to say Dustin Jackson is actually a great investment in OVW. Like, he's such a fucking douchebag. Like, and that's what a natural heel was supposed to be, a douchebag. He's like one of those jock dudes like that you just can't stand in high school. That's like, he pisses me off. But he is a good investment for OVW. People hate him. People love him. He he's really good. I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching that match, I actually did feel like, you know what, he might have been right. Steven Steele, you ain't ready. And I even said this when we were watching Double Cross. I was like, Steven Steele was not ready. He really wasn't. So, yes, I said it. Dustin Jackson is a good investment for the OVW. And I feel like there's a lot more to come, like, for him, like, genuinely. Like, the only reason I hate on him is because of Sean, so, yeah.
Oh, Sean, go ahead. Save the best for last.
Music to my ears. Listen, baby da. 169 Steven Steele, you was not ready. And you knew you were not ready for the greatest OVW heavyweight champion of all time, Dustin Jackson and double crossed. At double cross, Dustin Jackson just proved that he was right. The greatest OVW champion is never wrong. Never wrong when he says something. And I will always bet on Dustin Jackson. Okay? Thank you
Click
very
that.
much.
All right. Segue to the next match. It was Charlotte Royale versus Layla Feist for the OVW Women's Champion. We had a little shenanigans in this match. We had PJ, the lawyer, and JJ Lawson. Layla Feist was not too happy with JJ Lawson in this match because he couldn't do his freaking job right. He ultimately costed the title at the end because he and PJ was chasing him around the ring, and it ultimately cost Layla Feist the title. Oh, she's gonna kill me when she hears I mispronounce her name. Don't clip that.
Or
Uh,
Jackson, too.
I thought the match was okay itself. Shalante really showed out in this match. In my opinion, it's one of Shalante's best matches in OVW so far. I know she's been there for a while. I've seen her stuff in the past, but in my opinion, this was her best match in her career. Sean,
I think it was a wonderfully done clusterfuck. And I mean that in the best, most respectful way, as in it was fucking amazing. Like, you had the lawyer get involved, you had the feisty boy, you had Leela Feist getting distracted, all this stuff. A great clusterfuck of art, I should say. And I think that JJ Lawson as a feisty boy ain't gonna last too long. I don't think that ain't gonna be a thing anymore. Because you think Leela Feist is gonna keep him around after that? I don't think so. I mean, where's the other feisty boy at? Like, there was two of them.
uh, the other one went to WrestleMania week for some indie shows because I follow him on social media.
Okay, so maybe he might be the only feisty boy left standing when he comes back. So either way, it was a great match. Shalante come out on top, only for somewhere down the road for Larkin to take that title off of Shalante. I'm saying, Al, come on.
Minx, what about you?
Skip.
Okay, on to the main event of Double Cross. I did not like this ending. I really didn't like this ending. Tony Evans versus Star Rider for the U.S. title. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and this is no disrespect to both of them. The ending, it wasn't a good ending. Both of them, they set up a table. Star Rider went to the table. Then Tony Evans just flopped to the ground. And the referee calls it for a double disqualification, which I thought I don't like that kind of ending. I talked to a friend that she's well known, and she was talking about how it should have been in either in the opening match or in the middle of the show because Dustin and Steven stole the show that night and in
They
own
really
words. Minx,
Well, I know that friend was not me.
no, it wasn't her. I promise you. I promise you, it wasn't her.
It was not me, so it wasn't me, guys.
It wasn't me. It
Got me banging on the sofa.
wasn't me.
Like, bro, how could you make a whole ass song about saying it wasn't you when she got you on camera, stupid? Anyways, I feel like it was a well put together ending. And hear me out. I know you guys don't agree with this, but like, what better way as a heel to end it with doing some heel ass shit? Yes. Star Rider got effed up, AA Ron,
Yeah.
but like it kept the story going. That's what you guys are not seeing. They ended it like that to keep the storyline going. And we can see from what we saw last Thursday, the storyline is still going. And I think this is the reason for that heel ass ending. Of course I was like, what the hell? Like, are they both really passed out? And then this dude just got back up like, yeah, I still got the title. Come on now. Like
He was like,
that's some villain shit. That is some villain shit. So I don't got a problem with it. And clip that.
Sean.
I'm actually like I have to agree with Matt here. I did not like the ending. I thought it was kind of like a what the fuck moment. It's a rare for me to not like an OVW ending because every show they put on is fucking fantastic, as opposed to the major companies out there. Like the major companies oftenly have stinkers, like good shows and then stinkers. OVW is a constantly good product. Like I'm putting over OVW as my top brand right now out of all the wrestling that I watch. So when they have like a kind of like a what the fuck finish, it's like this could have been in the middle of the show to my for my opinion, so we don't get that sour taste left in our mouth. But then like when you see Tony Evans pop back up, because you're generally concerned for him during that match, like for both of them, when they're both looking knocked out, and he does that middle finger, you go, "Oh, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!"
I mean, listen. I mean, you guys might not like the ending or like the takes on it, but like I said, in my personal opinion, that's what you want.
Yeah, no,
Like
but I'm just saying,
that's exactly what you want. The ending was like
Tony played that villain role perfectly in that moment
exactly
too, and made me dislike
hate him.
him. Yeah, hate him in that character moment. It's like you son of a bitch. You okay? So yeah, the ending for me I didn't like, but the character work I liked. I guess we'll say. So
Yeah, I mean, I just see it as, you know what, it was a villainous ending and it was keeping the storyline going, which is what they want for Evans and Star Rider. So, especially like Star Rider can get more exposure as well, keeping the storyline going. So, you know what, I had no issue with it. I knew they were going to run with this, so I knew.
All right.
Hit
Now,
that.
before we get on to the next show, they did tease the next pay per view on Sunday, May 17th. We're getting Collision Course.
Yep.
Now, which this week on OVW, we had the opening segment between Cal Hero arguing with Tony Evans. We didn't hear what they were saying, but they was arguing. It was Drew Hernandez versus Cal Hero, and throughout the match, Tony Evans went into Under the Giant mode. He was right there on top of the ring doing this the entire match, watching, getting pissed off, and then at the end, Cal Hero picked up the win, but they teased Cal Hero versus Tony Evans for United States title. As I said in my reaction video, give me this match. I think Tony versus Cal is a banger on any Thursday, Sunday, or Tuesday overdrive, in my opinion. Do I hate the fact that Drew took the loss? Yes. But another point for my draft. Fuck yeah.
And fuck you.
Minx, I'm going to start with you. What do you think of this match and teaser?
You know what? I fucking hated Thursday show. And bear with me while I say this, and it's not because I hated, people in there, or it's not because I hated the wrestlers. I fucking hated that they had all my favorites up against each other and I didn't know who the hell to pick. As you heard me struggling. You heard me struggling in these matches when we were in the watch along. I was like, bro, let's go Drew. And I'm like, wait, but I like Cal Hero too. Let's go Cal. But wait, no, I like Drew. I couldn't pick who I wanted to win. So I was just watching. And I was hoping for the best for both of them. Cal Hero got the win, but do I see him in a title picture with Tony Evans? Maybe. I'm only saying maybe because there was other segments that make us there's other segments in the night that makes us think that they're going a different direction. So to keep fans, more so us, confused on what the hell they're doing and we can't even see it, I love it because I can't. Normally, WWE shows, AEW shows, they're so predictable because it's a rinse and repeat. You know what's coming next. And with Cal Hero, I just don't know what the hell's coming next because he's involved. He was involved in so much stuff. I just, I can't call it for a Tony Evans U.S. title match. I don't know. Like I love not knowing. Like I love wrestling not being predictable. I can't tell you what I like predict because I don't know, and that's what I love about it. So shout out to Al Snow.
Sean, any thoughts? I know you wasn't there for the first half. What the
I
first
was
5 minutes?
I was like in and out because I was watching on my second TV OVW, and I was watching obviously the NFL draft because my boys had to go and get their quarterback. But from what I saw, it was Cal Hero's an amazing match with Drew Hernandez, and the fact that they're teasing him versus Tony Evans for the U.S. title will be a banger match, and maybe Cal Hero might be the one to take the title off of Tony Evans, carry that title for a little bit.
Well,
I don't know.
I have a little. Go ahead.
I don't know if Cal has ever held the U.S. title yet or not, but if he has or not, or if he does, that would make him what? Would that make him a Triple Crown champion or no?
Let me look it up while we go into the next segment between the tag team of Maximo Suarez, Brendan Bowler. No, it was Brendan Davis, my bad. Brendan Davis and Maximo versus Hoto and Brendan Bowler. Too many Brandons in this match. Sean, I'm gonna let you go first while I look up this accomplishment of Cal Hero.
This match confused me because isn't like I know Maximo's a heel, Brandon Davis is supposed to be a babyface, so I don't understand why they were teaming up. And that's all I pretty much saw of the match was them as a tag team, so I can't really speak too much on it. So it was just confusing to me why they were teaming up.
Yeah, sorry for my mistake. There were just again too many Brandons in this match. Minx.
Skip. I ain't got nothing to say.
So as of right now, Cal Hero has only held the King of the Cruiserweight champion in Wisconsin Pro Wrestling and the OVW championship one time. That's all I could find on him. Now, I want to say something. Brandon Davis, he's been killing it for OVW, not just the wrestling and the Rush Division title recently, but he goes out and he interviews these big A-list people from DC and Marvel. He just had the guy who played Shaggy in live action. I butcher his name. You know who I'm
Matthew
talking about?
Lillard.
Yeah,
Matthew
he just
Lillard.
interviewed Matthew Lillard for the Daredevil season 2. He's been killing it. I give flowers to flowers. The guy's been killing it. He had James Gunn doing a cameo for OVW last year, which holy shit. That's all I gotta say. The next match is between it was Tommy Boy versus Steven Steele. My bad. He had a mustache. He looks weird with a mustache in this photo. Anyway,
I think that match was, like I said, I could see Tommy Boy in a title picture, but I don't think it's right now. But I can see him in a title picture in the future. But I think the right person won. But I do think Tommy Boy's time is coming real soon.
I want to say something. Somebody in my chat, they was watching OVW. They said they loved the spot with Larkin doing the Stacy Kibler part of the match. Somebody in my chat, somebody in my chat said that, and and I thought the match was good. You know, it was Tommy Boy, justice for Tommy, but it leads into the segment next that we was talking about the opener of the match between Jay De Niro, Dustin Jackson, Steven Steele, and Cal Hero. That Cal wants the title, Steven wants the title. Jay De Niro never faced Dustin Jackson for the title. I'm gonna ask Sean you this: who do you think do deserve the face? Your God, Steven, Cal, or Jay De Niro?
Oh, to be honest, and this is no bias here, but I think my Sin City brother, Jay De Niro, should be the one to face Dustin Jackson because Jay hasn't had a shot. Steven has had a shot. Cal has had multiple shots. But Jay would be an interesting choice for Dustin Jackson. And it makes me nervous that there's going to be this 4-way for the title because don't get me wrong, I always bet on Dustin. He's the greatest OVW heavyweight champion of all time. But in those matches, you don't have to be pinned to lose the title.
All right. Minx, go ahead.
I'm calling it a fatal 4-way.
So both of you see it as a fatal 4-way, right? The first time ever on this podcast, Mayhem Minx and Alpha Wolf Sean is agreeing for the first time ever.
I mean, to be fair, like I don't care who wins it. I don't care who takes it off of Dustin Jackson, just as long as somebody takes it off of Dustin Jackson. I did notice that he was being a freaking little instigator to take the attention off of himself. Steven, it looks like you want to fight Cal. Cal, you want to fight Steven. Like, okay, way to divert the attention from yourself, bro.
I mean, tell me when he's telling lies, though.
Okay,
tell me when he's telling lies.
Let me tell you, way to divert the drama off of yourself, bro. Instigator, manipulator. Anyways, I do feel like, you know what? Like I said, Dustin Jackson is a good investment. But at the same time, I feel like, you know what? Give us a fatal 4-way. This is why I said for Cal Hero, I really don't understand what direction they're going with him, specifically because he was involved in different segments for different titles. So, but he named all his accolades in the ring. The only thing he didn't have on it was the U.S. title. So let's think about that. I mean, you got to catch the little hints. He never got the U.S. title. He's never been a U.S. champion. But
that's where my predictions coming in after you get that.
But it's true. He never faced Jay De Niro. So would we have a match with him and Jay De Niro? I would go for that too. But the way it's looking, fatal 4-way. But if not, Jay De Niro obviously deserves his shot. And I feel like it will be a straight banger.
For me, this is what I think is going to happen. You know, they're all going to have that triple threat match. Jay, Steven, and Cal, right? And because what happened on Thursday, Tony is going to put himself in this by taking out Cal, you know, beat the shit out of him. He's out of the way. Is between Steven and Jay De Niro, right? So that's where you have that going on. Now you can do this 2 ways. Like you both agree, which, God damn it, first time ever, you two agreeing on this podcast? What? Anyway, fatal 4-way. Or a triple threat match between Jay, Steven, and Dustin. Meanwhile, on the card, you have Cal Hero versus Tony Evans for the U.S. title.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. On to the next match, Shalante Royale versus Carter Kaufman. Of course, Shalante took the win, but at the end of the match, she stood on top and told the entire OVW women's locker room, who's next? Who's next? Who's going to take the title off me? She's basically saying, who's willing to take this title or who's going to fail? I thought between Shalante and Carter Kaufman, this was a straight banger. But at the end, Shalante won. Now, who I think is going to come next for the title is 2 options. Killer K, if that's her name. You know who I'm talking about, Sean? Yeah, her or Freya Slay or J-Rock. Those are the 3 women I'm thinking of. Maybe Larkin. That's my pick. Minx, your picks?
Honestly, about the match, you know what? It was just, I feel like it was an easy match for Shalante. I feel like I want her to go against some heavy hitters. Carter Kaufman was not it. It's an easy win. That's all I gotta say.
So for
You got any
me,
picks? Okay, go ahead,
oh,
Sean.
she's good. Just, I thought she was done.
I am done.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, for me, I think the next, obviously, because I was in and out of the match, I think the next picks for me, I got two people. Obviously, I'm going to always ride the Larkin hype train. Always going to be on that Larkin train. Know that. Larkin, you know this. You always know that. And then my number two is also going to be my girl, the 6-foot Amazonian from the Arctic, Freya the Slayer. Also both on Team Wolfpack. So, either way, Team
Hi,
Wolfpack is
Jody.
still go.
Sorry. Is that it, Sean?
Yep, I'm done.
Oh, okay, my bad. This is what happens when we do shit live, guys. Okay. Now, this was like the semi-main event, but we saw the collision and the ultimate breakup. The trifecta finally broke up. We had the Mammoth, Kobe, and Tony Gunn, the BWO, because they all bowled in that match.
Tony
Versus,
Gunn's not bald, but go on.
he's almost there. He's almost there. Let's be honest. No shade to the guy. I love you, Tony Gunn. We'd like to take some whiskey with you. Anyway, we saw the breakup between J&J and Ashton Adonis. Malik just said in the chat, J Rod is the greatest OVW women's champion of all time.
That's $20 for my royalties, Malik.
God damn it.
It's
Minx,
trademark.
you've been very vocal about J&J for the last few weeks. What do you think of the breakup?
They deserved it. They deserved it. Honestly, Ashton Adonis was like, I ain't with y'all. Like, y'all over here trying to backdoor me. I ain't doing that shit. Peace out. Like, and which, you know what? Rightfully so. Rightfully so. He needed to get away from J&J Security for him to thrive. So I feel like his future is looking great.
All right. Sean, I don't know if he was in and out for this match because I know you had the NFL draft.
I saw it, and I think it's about fucking time that Ashton said Splitsville. And I'm looking forward to seeing if they are just a duo now or if they add a new member of the trifecta. Who was the dude that was a part of the trifecta before Ashton?
He's no longer in OVW. I'll tell you the reason why afterwards. But,
Okay. So I think they'll add a new member then. I'm still on the Cal train for the trifecta. Make him the leader.
no,
but
I don't.
I don't see that happening as much anymore. But I'm still on the train for that. That'd be awesome.
No, I don't think so. I'm with Minx. You want to turn Cal into a heel? He doesn't need to be part of a faction.
Yeah, he doesn't. We've had this talk. Superstars like Cal, he's where he needs to be. He doesn't need a faction. If you put him in a faction, then you're presenting them as a faction, and he can possibly be overlooked. And we don't need that for Cal Hero because he's on a great route as we speak.
Hear me out. That's gonna ego boost Sean a little bit. Dustin Jackson and Trifecta.
Again, I get what you're trying to do, but like what you guys say with Cal, I don't think Dustin Jackson needs the trifecta.
Okay, fair enough. I was just spitballing ideas.
You know?
Now, into the faction for the main event promo. It was Tony Evans and Star Rider. Star Rider was like, I give you my family. I give you my food. I give you my money. Just give me a title shot. Tony Evans said, I don't need a goddamn thing from you, kid. Get the fuck out of my way. And then proceeded to beat the living crap out of Star Rider to close the show. I said in my reaction video, who is next if it's not Star Rider? Obviously, we talked about it in the previous segment, but Minx, I know you've been on a vocal about who should take the title off of Tony Evans. Your thoughts on the main event
No one,
promo?
because he does a damn fucking good job at it.
But you're right. He's like I said 2 weeks ago before the WrestleMania week. Tony Evans is the second greatest heel in OVW.
Okay, well, anyways, like I said, nobody should take the title off of Tony Evans because he's doing a damn good job of it. I would like to see him and Big Zo run it back again, but who knows if we'll ever get that. But he's doing such a damn good job. Why would you want to, like anybody else? But Star Rider and the storyline they have going on right now, it's fucking great. Like, why would you? I don't feel like that should be messed up. More so, I feel like I'm still interested into seeing what him and Star Rider have going on. Like, and on that promo when Star Rider was like, "What do you want? My firstborn child, my wife." Tony Evans said, "I don't want your mama, your girl, your dirty ass kid. I don't want shit." Like, let's be for real.
He said, "Get the fuck out of here!
Get the fuck out of my face." That's what he said. I don't want shit from you, bro. Like, and you know what? They're both doing such a great job with this right here, Star Rider and Tony Evans. So at this point, I'm just along for the ride. And at this point, if Star Rider gets the title, I wouldn't even mind it. If Evans keeps it, then I'm still good with it. Like, this is more of a fan segment that I refuse to critique because I like them both. Like, it's hard for me to watch two people that I like beat the shit out of each other for entertainment. So it's just I can't decide. I can only like give you fan comments on this. I feel like they're doing a great job. I don't feel like the U.S. title should be taken off Evans, but I feel like, you know what? I'm enjoying it, and that's pretty much it.
Sean, what do you think of this?
So I understand where Minx is coming from because that's happened to me plenty of times in the wrestling business, whether it be Lola versus Nikita when Nikita came back, or a few years ago, I had this running joke with Thunder Rosa and Allison Kay when Allison Kay was with Chanel and NWA. Allison Kay would also send me like autographs and stuff and saying your true favorite over the like they'd make jokes back and forth. So for me, I understand where Minx is coming from, but and the OVW side, I love Star Rider and I love this story going on, and I think it's the wrestling trope 101. I think Star Rider's finally going to get that U.S. title. I think Star Rider's going to have his moment and take that U.S. title, whether it be Collision Course or somewhere down the road.
Okay. One more thing before we end this off. I totally forgot about the big segment of the night between Icon Lee and Turkey Boy. Turkey Boy is finally out
yes.
The Turkey Boy is now out of the costume, but you're now a sheep, my dude. You signed the Devil's contract, and now you're the Icon Lee's little sheep. I thought it was great. You know, I knew there was going to be some shenanigans, as we said for the Salante match. Clusterfuck, but in a good way. This clusterfuck in a good way because, yes, it is April. Easter already passed. Valentine's already passed. Christmas already passed. Turkey Boy is no longer a Turkey Boy. He lost to a mascot, but a damn good one, in my opinion. Still waiting for those free tacos. Anyway, Minx, what do you think of that segment?
The segment with Icon Lee and TW3. You know what? Read the fine print, bro. Read the fine print. Anyone who has common sense will tell you when you get a contract, have a lawyer look it over so you don't get F'd in the A. He was so desperate to get out of that turkey costume, he didn't even read the fine print. Nope. So you know what? That's his own fault. He should have been smarter. Am I mad that he's in another costume? No. Because, bro, you gotta have common sense. Come on.
What I loved about that segment, it was like, you know what? I gotta take my time before pinning that mascot. Ugh. 1, 2, kicked out. I was like, dude, just the commentator was like, dude, just pin him already. Get out of it. He took his damn time to get the pin.
Right.
Sean-
He could have totally got a win with no strings attached, but he was trying to showboat, which is what some wrestlers do, and that ends up costing them the match. So you know what? And shout out to Icon Lee with his psychological stuff. You know what? Yeah. He was like getting into TW3's head and stuff like that. Like he made him feel like, yeah, you're gonna get out of that costume. Yeah, but he did it in the most pettiest way ever.
Okay. Sean, what do you think of this? I know you just got back from the NFL draft and you
I was like, for me, Turkey Boy, TW3, should have just waited, bro. Should have just waited. Your win was gonna come down the road. I know you were sick of that fucking turkey suit. And like you said, you shouldn't have showboated. You should have just got the fucking pin on the fucking Chico's Tacos or whatever they're called. By the way, we're
Torchy's.
trying Torchy's Tacos. Sorry,
Chico's Tacos is California, okay?
I'm from Cal. We're from Cali. I'm sorry.
We got Chico's Tacos. We don't got Torchy's.
Listen, when we go down to Kentucky, we're getting some Torchies, right? Anyways, should have just not showboated. Should have pinned that goddamn devil 1, 2, 3 and got out of the turkey suit. Because like Ming said, you didn't read the fine print. Now you're the sheep boy.
Point made.
Stage just said, I love the custom segment. Now, dude is a sheep. What the hell? Hilarious, if you ask me. With that being said, guys, we got done with Double Cross and OVW from Thursday. Obviously, we have a long way before Collision Course. We will give you all predictions and everything. So, I am Matt the Duelist. This is
Minx Mayhem, Minx of the Mayhem, Minx who brings the mayhem. Check us out. Check Matt out on Thursdays with his reactions. Check us out on Sundays with the recap. Also, we will be on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. Spotify, Apple Music. First, we are launching on Spotify and Apple Music slowly after. Catch us.
Sean.
And it's me, the Alpha Wolf Sean B. Catch me on my socials. And just remember, with everything going on in the world, just to keep it too sweet.